Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnekins, and joining us today is Angie Jacobson, Director of Emergency Preparedness at Advent Health in Durand. We are going to talk a little bit about the vaccines that Advent Health has, and they're going to be having pretty big shipment coming in as well next week, and also talk about testing too. And Angie, thanks for joining us. I guess first for testing, Advent Health still has that going on if someone needs it, right?
Yes, we're available Monday through Friday for testing. You just need a physician's order, and it doesn't have to be a physician from Advent Health. You call your regular doctor and tell them to fax it over. You can go through the drive-through and get your test results in 20 minutes.
And I know that because of all of the different variants, the folks are going to maybe ask, hey, have you had a vaccine, or, is this a repeat of having COVID, or have you traveled or something? Because the answers to those questions might be like, okay, we have to send this sample to Madison or have it examined more closely, right?
Yes. They'll ask a basic list of questions that the CDC tells us that we have to ask, and that could trigger that.
And so far, Angela, I mean, up at the hospital, really things have been going pretty well as normal, haven't they?
Yeah, we haven't had any positive COVID admissions for a long time. With the drive-through is still going on, we're still testing an average about 8, not as many as we saw. A lot of people are getting tested to go on vacation, not because they have active symptoms, because if they're traveling overseas, they have to get tested before and after.
Okay. And again, talking with Angela Jacobson, Director of Emergency Preparedness with Advent Health. Vaccination wise, Advent Health has been doing a lot of that. And next week, it looks like you're going to have a pretty nice shipment of the Moderna vaccine coming.
Yep, we're going to get another 200 of the Moderna vaccine. So if you're over 18 years of age, you're now eligible to get that.
And to be able to get it, can they just call, or should they go online?
You can call either clinic, either Durand Clinic North or Durand Clinic South, and just tell them that you want the vaccine, and they'll schedule an appointment.
Again, talking with Angie Jacobson, with the Director of Emergency Preparedness with Advent Health Durand. Angie, I know that when I talked with Heidi Stewart a little bit about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, that's on hold, but for Advent Health, you're not. Are you going to be working with that, or are you going to have to wait until the hold comes off?
We would have to wait till the hold comes off. We gave some Johnson & Johnson in the last couple of weeks, but they're not shipping it anymore, so we would wait till the hold comes off.
And really, so far, no one has these blood clots that everyone's heard about. This has only been what, 5 or 6 people?
6 people out of like 6 million doses. So, I mean, it's not that much. They've all been women. They've all had a certain clotting disorder that they either didn't know about, or now I'm assuming the pre-screening questions are going to change.
Okay. So this, and before we went on, you and I were talking I know there's a lot of folks going, well, they just invented these vaccines here in the last year, but that's really not true, is it?
No, that is not true. COVID has been around for many years. It's called COVID-19 because that's the year it went into humans. That is the year it has advanced. So the mRNA vaccine has been around for years. Like I said, I mean, when we talked a year ago, Brian, they have been vaccinating cows, pigs, everything with the COVID vaccine. They just had to mutate it a bit for humans. So it's not a brand new vaccine. It isn't like the polio when that first came out, and that was a brand new vaccine. It still saved millions of lives, but this is just mutated into humans.
Okay, so the virus mutated to get into humans, and so the vaccine, we've just changed the way it is, because we would never, when this first started,
never give animal vaccine.
Yes,
to humans.
I remember seeing people put, it's like, wait a minute, no, that's very, very bad. Dr. Margaret over at Animal Wellness was like, don't tell, no, people, you're not supposed to do that. Yes. So because it would have been that would have been unsafe.
Unethical and unsafe, yes.
Again, talking with Angela Jacobson again with Advent Health of Durand. So when the vaccinations for next week, will these be done like during a certain
During
day, or is it going to be
Nope,
all week?
during business hours all week. You just have to call and schedule an appointment. It's basically the eligible group, and priority order is basically open to everyone at this point.
So anyone can come
Anybody
in.
over the age of 18, because we're getting Moderna. Pfizer, you can get over the age of 16,
Okay.
but we're getting Moderna. It's pretty much open. Call if you have any questions. You can go on the Wisconsin DHS website to see if you're in the eligible group, but it is pretty much open to everybody, childcare individuals, educator, any public facing worker.
And
It's
now
open.
and Moderna is just like the Pfizer one. This will be one of two.
One of two. And when you schedule your first appointment, you will get a card of when to come back to get your second.
Okay. Now I know what I received the Pfizer. It was the second time that I slept like a baby. You received Moderna, right?
Yes. And with my second shot, I slept like a baby for 12 hours, and I felt bad because my husband had surgery the day before.
Oh,
So I'm supposed to take care of him, and I can't keep my eyes open. That was the only side effect I had. I was so tired. But it was
but
my body's response to building the immunity.
sure.
You're so tired because your body's overworking building this immunity. So if the COVID does enter, it knows to block it out. Okay, get out. You're not supposed to be in here.
And were you like me the next morning? You woke up like 1,000% ready to go. I had so
Yep.
much energy. It was like,
Yep.
wow, let's do it.
Yep. Ready to go. Like, I'm sorry. Did everything go okay for you there, honey?
So again, you can give either of the clinics at Advent Health a call. You can also go online as well, still through the website, make a appointment as well through the Advent Health website.
Yes. Yep.
And
Do you
again,
want the numbers to the clinics?
yes.
Okay. So for the North Clinic, it would be 672-5981. And for the South Clinic, it would be 672-5233.
All right. So again, give Advent Health a call and get ready for that vaccine next week. Again, that's the Moderna vaccine. And if you have any questions whatsoever on the safety, or is this something that's I should take? Talk with your doctor.
Mhm.
Don't look at
Yes.
Facebook.
No.
Facebook doesn't work, and Dr. Google isn't a doctor either.
No.
I know for one of my loved ones, they had a lot of different allergies, and
Yes.
she actually talked with her doctor, and they actually steered her more toward the Johnson & Johnson one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, speak to your doctor. They'll tell you what is safe when like if you're getting regular injections, say you have rheumatoid arthritis, there might be a time from when you get that injection till you get the COVID injection. It's just little things, but that doesn't mean you can't get it. We just have to figure out the time when it's going to be and talk to your provider. They'll be able to educate you. Also, the Wisconsin Department of Health, so it's the DHS.Wisconsin website, has got tons of information.
And again, I would strongly suggest, if you can't even get a hold of your provider, if you talk to Dr. Rucker or
Mhm.
Jane Paschal,
Mhm.
they will tell you exactly
Yep.
how this thing works. They're not covering anything up, none of that stuff.
No.
They will tell you exactly how it works, how it doesn't work, and all of that stuff. So if you have any questions, again, I would suggest calling Dr. Rucker or Jane Paschal, because those two, I know both of them, and they've always been very, very upfront
Straightforward.
and
Yep.
straightforward, and they can explain it to a guy like me in my terms pretty easily too. So again, we really encourage everyone to get the vaccine. And again, Angela, because the more of us that get this, the less chance of more
Herd
mutation
immunity.
and that herd immunity thing as well.
Mhm.
So, and faster we can get back to quote unquote normal.
Normalcy would
Whenever,
be great.
you bet. Angela Jacobson, she is the Director of Emergency Preparedness with Advent Health of Durant. You're listening to WRDN.